Good morning, evening, or whenever you will view this recording. My name is Ryan Ramming, and along with my colleague Lutisha Edgecombe, we present to you an introduction into the oligopoly market structure with this recording focusing on American internet service providers, with Comcast, Xfinity, and Verizon as examples. We chose oligopoly over other market structures, perfect competition, monopolistic competition, and monopoly, as we felt that the oligopoly market structure is becoming more relevant currently in economics. Let's go over what will be discussed in this recording. Firstly, we will go over the definition of oligopoly. Next, we will discuss the history of the companies we will be discussing, which are Comcast and Xfinity and Verizon. We will also be going over their products and services, the similarities and differences between them, and how the oligopoly market structure affects customers, generally in a negative way, and how it benefits companies. And then we will conclude. Firstly, let's do the definition of oligopoly. Oligopoly is defined as a type of market structure in which a small number of firms control the market. Where oligopolies exist, producers can indirectly or directly restrict input or prices to achieve higher returns. A key characteristic of a oligopoly, is that no one firm can keep the others from having a significant influence over the market. This is where an oligopoly differs from a monopoly, in which one firm dominates the market. The history of Comcast, Xfinity, and Verizon. Comcast is a major American telecommunications and media conglomerate headquartered in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is one of the largest broadband and cable television providers in the US, as well as playing a significant role in media, entertainment, and content production. Xfinity is the consumer-facing brand of Comcast Corporation, offering broadband internet, cable TV, home phone, and home security services across the United States. It was introduced in 2010, as a rebranding of Comcast residential services. Verizon, on the other hand, is completely separate from Comcast and Xfinity. It is a major American telecommunications company headquartered in New York City. It provides wireless, broadband, TV, and enterprise solutions across the United States and internationally. Verizon was formed in 2000 from the merger of Bell Atlantic and GTE and has since become one of the largest telecom providers in the world. Let's go over the products and services of each company. Comcast Business, under Comcast, has business solutions including internet and phone for small to large businesses. And under Comcast, we have Xfinity Assistant, which is a digital assistant that helps in troubleshooting, Xfinity Pods, which are Wi-Fi extenders to enhance and expand home Wi-Fi coverage, Xfinity Flex, 4K streaming device and service for internet customers, and the Xfinity Stream TV app, which allows Xfinity TV customers to watch Love TV and on demand. Under Xfinity Company itself, we have the Xfinity Mobile, which is a wireless phone service that runs on the Verizon network, Xfinity Voice, which is a digital home phone, Xfinity Home, which is home security and automation service, Xfinity Television, which is the old cable television that offers live channels, and then Xfinity Internet, which has high-speed internet plans. Verizon, on the other hand, has Verizon Wireless, which is its mobile phone services, which includes 5G and 4G LTE coverage, Verizon Fiber Optic Internet, Verizon Business Solution Services for businesses, obviously, Verizon Home Internet, which is wireless home internet, which also uses 5G and 4G LTE, and then Verizon Cloud, which is the cloud storage devices. You may have noticed that under the Comcast list of services, there are Xfinity products. This is because, as mentioned before, Xfinity is the consumer brand of Comcast. Let's go over the similarities of the three companies. In terms of telecommunication services, all three companies offer internet, television, and phone services to customers. In terms of nationwide coverage, they all have a wide range of service that that it covers most of the United States, serving millions of customers. They all have bundling options where they each provide bundled deals that combine internet, TV, and phone services, which save you money over purchasing them separately. They have all invested in fiber internet and 5G mobile service. Let's go over the differences of each of the companies. In terms of branding and structure, Comcast is the parent company of Xfinity, as mentioned previously, meaning Xfinity is Comcast's consumer-facing brand. Verizon operates independently and provides both wired and wireless services. Verizon also is different in that it provides both the business service aspect, but it also has the consumer facing aspect, whereas Comcast rebranded their consumer facing aspect. In terms of the service types, Xfinity, which is again a part of Comcast, primarily focuses on cable internet and TV services. Verizon, on the other hand, offers both wireless cellular services and fiber optic home internet, aka FiOS, which differs from Comcast's reliance on cable-based infrastructure. In terms of coverage and availability, Xfinity is more widely available in urban and suburban areas with cable internet, and Verizon's FiOS network is more limited in availability but offers higher speeds via fiber. Verizon Wireless covers more of the US than Comcast's internet service. Let's introduce some of the negative effects of oligopolies on consumers. Oligopolies are characterized by a distinct lack of competition, where you will only see less competition in the monopoly market structure. As such, it is virtually impossible for a new player to enter the ISP market, resulting in consumers having very little alternatives should they become dissatisfied with the service of their current provider. Internet service providers have also been accused of taking advantage of consumers' inability to move, as in move from their current address to a different address physically, through the methods of zoning. This is an anti-competitive practice where ISPs set regions for themselves to control and refuse to entertain competition in other regions where another ISP may have a foothold. So if you're a customer in a particular area and, for example, only Comcast or Xfinity is being used in that area, you won't really be able to access the competitive Verizon unless you move from that area because, according to this accusation, they are essentially colluding with each other to avoid competition. Let's talk about how oligopolies benefit companies. While oligopolies are usually terrible for consumers, they are inversely beneficial for the companies involved. Because there are such a limited number of competitors in the market, companies can decide how they will compete with each other, as said before. For example, in a market where demand is inelastic and prices are high, even if lowering prices would still allow each corporation to meet its performance obligations, they might silently agree to never lower prices below a certain level so that all competitors in the market can enjoy a higher minimum profit margin. And this is possible because of the inelastic demand, which suggests that consumers will still pay for the service as it is basically essential, even if prices increase. So there is no reason for the corporation to reduce their prices, and if anyone comes into the market and tries to reduce their prices, other corporations will try to stop that because they don't really need to and they would prefer to have a higher profit margin. As mentioned before, collusion between competitors is common in the oligopoly market structure. And while government legislation aims to combat this, collusion can still occur even if there is no official direct communication between competitors. In conclusion, our paper will go over more in depth on the differences between oligopolies and the other three market structures while outlining the impacts on buyers and sellers in the markets of each. It is also important to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of private internet service, taking into consideration how internet is considered an essential service by many, where the percentage of connected citizens is one measurement used to assess, the standard of living in many nations. The market of internet service seemingly requires low competition due to the possible infrastructural conflicts between competitors, such as the fiber optic cables and the utility poles that are required to create this network. So some believe that internet service should be publicized. That would also help consumers by avoiding the collusion and the anti-competitive practices. But of course, it would have to be funded by taxpayers if it was to be publicized. Finally, we will consider how the elasticity impacts the market of internet service and how competition affects this. We already discussed elasticity, but in our paper, we will go more in depth on its impact on the market. And that's it.